Many thanks for staying with us. And now to help us shed more light on the Liberia elections, I am now joined by Samuel James Kpartor, National Program Manager, Federation of Liberian Youth, FLY, and coordinator of the Youth Election Situation Room. Thank you so much, Samuel, for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good evening to everyone back home. I'm in Nigeria. It's good to be here.
Oh, good evening to you too. All right, Samuel, talking about the elections now, how do you think the close margin between George Weah and Joseph Boakai will impact the political landscape in the country?
Well, it just speaks to the fact that it's going to be a very, very tight presidential runoff potentially. And the very close margin speaks to the fact that there was, on one side, a very strong opposition that wanted to unseat the current leadership, and on the other side of an incumbent leadership that worked very, very hard, over the past time. So we're seeing a 50-50 balance here, and we're getting ready now for a potential runoff elections here in Liberia. Yesterday, during the National Elections Commission daily briefing, we saw the opposition Unity Party in a 0.05% lead. But today, it is the other way around. We've seen that the ruling Coalition for Democratic Change has taken a slight lead, with both of them dangling at about 43% each. But one thing that is very surprising to our society in Liberia is the number of invalid votes. So we have accumulated a total of about 100,000 invalid votes, which speaks to the fact that not much civic voters education was carried out. And it's going to be a concern, going to the runoff elections. But the National Elections Commission's chairperson informed us today that a number of persons have been, arrested and are currently under investigation following potential elections malpractices at the various polling places and tally centers across the country.
Interesting. Now, what would you say are the main factors contributing to the competitiveness of the elections in Liberia?
Well, I think when you look at the trend and the numbers coming from different regions of the country, you see that people are voting with specific relationship to background and associations. For example, the southeastern part of Liberia voted overwhelmingly for the president. Nimba and Lofa County voted for the opposition. And so we're seeing a trend that we've potentially not seen in our politics for a very long time. And we've seen people voting for their countrymen and and women. And so it's kind of concerning. And I think one thing that might have counted to a very, very close competitiveness is that you have an opposition that in the beginning was very, very not united, but then we've seen a lot of singularity behind being opposition Unity Party, and also a coalition that helped to gather the support of other political parties to help join the coalition. And so we see a very, very closely contested process. Initially, the both parties were claiming a first-round victory, but from the percentages, we've seen that runoff is imminent. So I think that both parties have a lot of work to do as we head to the runoff.
Thank you so much, Samuel, for joining us and for your input on the Liberia elections as well.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.